Hola, amigos and amigas, Commodore amigas. If we have any Commodore amigas out there, I want to say especially say hello to you. Uh, it's Tuesday morning, as you well know. If you've watched enough Talking to Finnish people, you know that Tuesday is the worst day of the week. Something I've established already. And, like most things I establish, it is correct. I was musing as I was driving to Boot Jack to get cigarettes. I was musing about a number of things. But the overarching message that I mused about most is the need for us to blame people and solve groups. The problem is we keep trying to do the opposite. We keep trying to blame groups and solve people. People need to be held accountable. Individuals do. They need to incur the natural consequences of their bad behavior, and if they're guilty of wrongdoing, they need to be held accountable for that. You can't do that with groups. So what you see right now is this alarming rise in anti-Semitism because Israel's so fucked up. Israel is not the Jews. Russians are not Putin. You want to blame somebody, blame Putin. Putin's an individual we can blame. The Israelis are a group. So we need to solve the Israel-Palestine problem, not blame it away. But of course, nobody wants to listen to Eric. I've learned this over the years. Even the people who most want to listen to Eric don't want to listen to Eric, which may sound contradictory, but it's true. When I alone was completely right about COVID, even the most diligent Talking with Finnish people viewers did not agree with me. When I was right years in advance about Putin's aggression against Ukraine, before it even began, when I was advocating they need to be made part of NATO, I don't trust the Minsk protocols, nobody listened to Eric, but he was correct. When I pointed out that there's no solution to the Israel-Palestine problem that doesn't include convincing Israel they're winning. Now, is that fair gesture right? No. But Israel is much more powerful than Palestine. Should Palestine have its own country? Of course. Was it wrong of the Israelis to come in and steal their country? Yes. But there's no solution except to solve things. You can't blame your way into a solution. You can blame your way into a solution when you're dealing with individuals who are at fault. I can't read any of that scribbly nonsense. What kind of language is that? It looks like an anime pretending to write English. Have you ever seen animes when they pretend to write English? It looks like that. It's just like scribblies. Maybe it's Arabic or something. I don't know. The point is, yes, the Palestinians are in the right, but they're never going to get anywhere without sustaining a moral high ground. And they're failing to do so. Most importantly, if you want to solve the Israel-Palestine problem, it boils down to this. Convince Israel that the best way to make Palestine lose is to make them their own country. I explained this before. You've got to pitch it as once Palestine's its own country, then if they attack you, it's another sovereign nation attacking you. It's a declaration of war, and you can thoroughly win that war and subjugate those people at that point, justly, you know. Hopefully that doesn't play out like that, but you know, that's the only way you're going to make any progress in the Israel-Palestine problem. I provide this solution, but what's crazy, the craziest thing imaginable, is that even though it is the solution, nobody listens to me. I was completely right about COVID in advance. Nobody listened to me. I'm completely right about evolution. Even somebody like Winston's mom, who watches this channel so much, it's crazy, right? She thinks that the reason she can't win an argument with me about evolution is because I'm a better debater. No. The reason I'm correct about evolution is because I treat every issue like a debate topic. I'm disinterested and evaluate all the arguments on their merits. Well, you know what? That's just the inevitable fate and destiny of the curve server. If you are consistently ahead of the curve and you're thinking realities, metrics, evaluations, truths, etc., well, then people aren't going to get it. It's part of what it means to be ahead of the curve. People all think they want to be ahead of the curve. Let me tell you, it's incredibly frustrating. I woke up this morning in a bad mood. I'm feeling a lot better now. But I woke up this morning in a bad mood. I woke up irritated, annoyed. I wasn't even sure what I was annoyed at. I knew I was partially annoyed by this thing I read about some airplane was landing somewhere and there was like a gang of Islamists there waiting to beat up any Jews who got off the plane. It's like, oh, you fucking tards! You can't blame groups. You can only solve groups, okay? This is where individuals are held to normative standards. Groups need to be dealt with prescriptively. It's just how it is, okay? Because no individual is necessarily, you assign status as a member of that group, is necessarily a member of that group as you understand that group. So it's like there are plenty of Russians, I'm sure, who strongly oppose Putin's insanity. Just because you're Russian doesn't mean I hate you because Russia's invading Ukraine. It means your country's doing fucked up shit. My country did fucked up shit too, plenty of times. You know? I'm not responsible for it because I oppose it. I verbally, vocally, actively oppose it all the time. So the fact that nobody's listening to me doesn't make me morally culpable for the group's bullshit. Right? I'm feeling kind of emotional, I guess. Like, more like, I was feeling annoyedly emotional before when I first got up. But I think that has to do with, I took half a Klonopin last night and a couple gabapentins. It's kind of extra slow to wake up from that. You kind of wake up feeling a little depressed or something. That's the wrong coffee. Hi, boy stuff. I am fine. How are you? I will share with you some boy stuff that I was thinking about earlier on the drive home. As I was driving back from Boot Jack, where I went to get cigarettes, I saw a truck driving away from our neighborhood, um, and it had on a trailer a little wilderness car, kind of like our little wilderness car, but not as comfy, like more of like a wanting to go on big bug, more of like a dune buggy ish kind of a thing. Anyway, I was thinking we have to be the only people, probably anywhere, who have a little wilderness car, but no means to transport it, right? We don't have a truck with a hitch and a trailer to put our little wilderness car on. We bought this house, and then we also bought separately the little wilderness car that was already here. We'd have no way of getting a little wilderness car here, and we have no way of getting it away from here. We can only go as far as we can drive in the little wilderness car and back to our house. We've got to be the only people in the world who have a little wilderness car with no means to transport it. Well, the thing is, we don't need to transport it, right? We live where we can drive our little wilderness car, and we bought it with the house. The only problem is, what do we do if our little wilderness car breaks down? How are we going to get it fixed? I'm going to have to hire somebody to drive out here to fix it, you know? Hopefully, it doesn't break down while we're far away from the house. That would be terrible. I'm going to have to hike all the way back home, you know, ask a neighbor with a little wilderness car to help get my wife who's stuck up there and maybe help me fix the little wilderness car. I would have no idea how to fix it. Do we have any plans this week? Well, today's Halloween, boy stuff. So our plan is we have two pumpkins. We want to be good neighbors, you know. So we're going to carve our pumpkins, turn them into jack-o'-lanterns. We bought candy. We have cat outfits that we're going to dress up in case we get any trick-or-treaters, then we can give them candy. I'll be live streaming probably dressed up as a cat for Halloween as well, you know. I know. Well, that's the next thing we got to teach Trouble how to do. We just got to teach him how to join a Google Meet conference so that I can watch him eat while I'm not actually in the room with him. So, you know, the bottom line is my plan this week really is to relearn how to feel joy as a default without even any drugs. I mean, except weed, of course. Obviously, I'm going to smoke weed. You gotta have something, right? But you know, I'm adjusting to this new reality where the speed lasts a week instead of 2 weeks, basically because I'm splitting it with Rachel. Oh, you got school? I'm sorry to hear that. It's like, I feel like I should be joyful as fuck. Got plenty of fun things I could do. Um, And I'm trying to remember how it's like to be a child. Because for a child, this is a dream come true. I've got this whole house to play around in. I could go play in that room up there. I could play in there. I could play in there. I could play in there. You know, we've got 3 upstairs bedrooms and an upstairs bathroom. I've got an attic, a garage, a downstairs master bedroom and bathroom, a half bath here in the middle, a kitchen, a walkway, a driveway, a hill with a little road down it, a shed down there, another hill on this side that goes down to a little creek that probably doesn't have any water in it right now this time of year, but had water in it most of the year. Might still be damp, but I don't think it's running. I'm tailor-made to play. I've got power tools. I've got a guitar. I got a bass guitar. I've got an amplifier. I've got a very convenient house for getting chores done. Like, got a good washer and dryer that are set up well, a good laundry room, it's got a dishwasher. It's easy to keep clean. It's hard to get dirty, really. It's really a smartly designed house. So why should I ever feel anything but joy? I have everything that anybody could ever want. I've got a hot young wife. I've got a competent, happy, and apparently thriving daughter. I've got 2 cats. I've got all the weed I can smoke. What could I possibly have to complain about? Nothing. And I know it's not like I'm complaining. It's just I am continually baffled by my inability to play correctly. This is fun. I like this playing. We'd have more fun playing together if I got more bars back here. Oh, I bet you're good at piano now. I'm not speaking sad. I am just, trying to come to terms with this frustrating reality, like, okay, childhood Eric, your dream is finally here. There are no adults around telling you what to do. You have this house to play around in all you want. You know that in all the time that we've been here, this is an example of what I'm talking about. In all the time we've been here, in this house, Rachel and I have only ever had sex in one bed, in one place, the bed downstairs. Like censors, they'd be fucking all over the place, I'm sure. You have a good evening too, boy stuff. It's morning for me, but you have a good evening because wherever you are, it is apparently evening. It's like I almost never, never even go upstairs. Occasionally, when Rachel sleeps up there, I'll go join her in bed in the morning for a little bit of a nap. Well, have a nice English evening. Um, Go enjoy your beef and kidney pie for dinner. You know, I imagine myself playing on the hill, digging a hole or something. But when I actually go to play on the hill, what do I discover? No, we haven't had sex outside. We actually tried to sort of one time, and then we immediately went inside because there were bugs outside. So, so that really didn't work out because there's nothing sexy about bugs. Ivan Alexandrovich, how are you today? I was just talking about how just because I'm mad at Putin doesn't mean I think individual Russian people are bad, right? So it makes me mad when I see groupism doing its rearing its evil head in its myriad ways. But instead of being mad, I think the first thing I need to do is learn how to play better. I have lots of things I could play with. The other day, I made a little robot to talk with Tiffany. That's an example of good job, Eric, playing properly. It's like I want to make more little guys, but I'm not sure, you know. I'm never sure. That's the problem. It's always like, well, there are so many things you could do. One thing you could do, Eric, is live stream musing about your difficulties doing anything more productive than live streaming, etc. I don't know. Are those lyrics or something? Can I read any Mandarin? Mandarin? Well, I can say, Shui Chang Lu, Hong Chao Lu. Like, that means basically go to the corner of Shui Chang Road and Hongqiao Road and drop me off there, taxi driver. So if you'd like to know how to get your taxi driver to take you to Shui Chang Road and Hongqiao Road, simply say, Shui Chang Lu, Hongqiao Lu. And the taxi driver will take you there. I can imitate a Chinese woman on the phone if you'd like. Let's see. It starts with. Uh, I'm getting confused with Japanese. I keep wanting to say konnichiwa or moshi moshi. um, I've spent a lot more time around Japanese lately than I have Chinese. Uh, 你好，对对对呀，对，对，拜拜。That's my imitation of a Chinese woman on the phone. Chinese has that very sound to it, you know, which is not a very attractive sound compared to Japanese, which sounds very classy, you know, wakata. Wakarimashita. Ohio. It would be offensive to do an Indian accent. Bullshit. I will not. There are some lines I will not cross. What do you think? Indian's not really my specialty as far as accents go. Sorry. But I did the best I could. It kind of has some commonalities with African. So I know I'm not quite getting it right, but you know, I did the best I could. Uh-oh, Woods and friends want more cutlets. I better get them some. The sound of this garage door. The Woodland Friends must be conditioned by now to thinking it correlates with cutlet giving. Not perfectly, but pretty strongly, you know. Of course, this sound correlates very strongly with cutlet giving. And then give them some cutlets over here too. There you go, cutlet lovers. There you go. Love your cutlet. You know what the number one problem with having cats is? They go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. There. Cat food? I don't want to eat any cat food right now. Thank you, the Boba Fett. The cats have food. They've been eating. Also, I'm sure you're going to be disappointed to discover this, but I actually pooped before I started the stream today, so you're not going to probably get to enjoy the normal amount of poopage you get to enjoy on a stream. Just straight sunflower seeds. It's their favorite dish. You can get the mixed birdseed bags with a variety of different seeds. What you end up with is a lot of uneaten seeds. Because they pick through them for the cutlets, you know, the pure sunflower seed cutlets. So, you know, I just stopped getting the other one because I got that one big bag one time, but too many of the seeds went uneaten. Wasn't worth it. But you know, if you love cleaning up sunflower seed shells, then putting out a lot of sunflower seeds is a really good idea. Because I have to clean up a lot of sunflower seed shells. It's true, but you'll note also that I've done some decoration here. I decided to make this portion of the ground leopard print. How did you accomplish that, Eric? Why, by throwing cigarettes over there, of course, which leave those little burn marks all over the place. But I am confident that when I bust out the power washer, give it a little scrub with some soap, maybe, that's going to come right off. That's what I think. And even if it doesn't, well, people just wonder what it is. I could pretend it's paranormal. It'd be like, these are ghost fingerprints. And we don't know where they came from, how they got there. Just the only explanation is ghosts, leaving their fingerprints all over. We have a story like one night we heard what sounded like a bunch of fingers outside. But when I opened the door, we didn't see anything. But what was left behind was this array of ghost fingerprints. That could be our Halloween story. So if you if you want to make your nice walkway ground have a bunch of ghost fingerprints, get in the habit of throwing cigarette butts over there. And you too can enjoy this design pattern that I've created. You could also do something very strange with your retaining wall if you wanted. Again, not intentionally strange, just being Eric. Now you have this gray stuff that's not all the way taken off, leaving these strange patterns on the wall. Again, ghosts? I think so. I think that's the best explanation for it, is ghosts. So, you know, I've got problems to fix. Ericisms to Control Z if possible. This is the woe and sadness of Eric. It shouldn't cause a lot of woe and sadness. Really, it shouldn't cause really any woe and sadness. But, I don't know. You can't tell your emotions what to do. They just don't listen. It's Tuesday. One thing one can note about Tuesday is that Tuesday has no cartoons. There are 0 good cartoons that come out on Tuesday. It's the day that time forgot. There's no Monday Night Football. It's not yet Wonder Point Wednesday. It's just Tuesday. Now, I was thinking maybe of suggesting to Rachel, and it sounds like she might be awake because I know that she said something in the chat. We may be going up into the mountains again. For some reason, I found that very pleasing last time, very like therapeutic or something. I liked getting to higher elevation, but I wouldn't mind taking the other fork of that Y if we were to go do it again this time. I want to check the gas level, refill the gas tank. Because I'm having trouble believing that it hasn't lost any bars of gas yet after all the driving we did. So, I refill the tank before we go. Anything we take with us, we put in a zero times have I peed on that wall. 0 times. But I have peed in the drain outside many times. Many times at night when it's dark and nobody can see me, I stand over the drain in the driveway and pee into it. Because guess what? It drains down and away. Every time I squirt any water around there, it goes down the drain. And anytime it rains, it gets water down the drain. Rachel is busy churning butter and milking the cows. She is. Oh, she's busy. Hey, is that Susie? Let me see. It is Susie. I think I saw Susie. Yeah, there she is. You a cat person, Mr. Fett? Well, Susie, we have cat people. We're cat people, as Rachel and I have said on multiple occasions. People can accuse us of lots of things. One thing they can never accuse us of is not loving our cats enough. The problem is one of our cats is very bossy, and I think both Rachel and I sometimes feel like our other cat is getting the short end of the stick. But our other cat just isn't very needy, you know? She's not nearly as needy as Trouble is. Trouble is pure trouble. He's the most troublesome cat in the world. Do any of your cats require you to watch them eat? Trouble makes us watch him eat. Like he won't eat. He'll meow, meow, meow at us till we go in there and sit down with him and watch him eat. The beat get heat up. That's how it goes. I don't know what that means. But I'll agree with it anyway. Do your cats make you watch them eat? The boys get beat up? No, I mean, Trouble is a boy, and he's kind of a bully. Like he's very jealous. But he was originally a stray cat, you know. Now he's like he thinks he's the king and we're his subjects. And he gets frustrated when we don't obey his every command. It's ridiculous. He has his balls cut off though, so. One thing about smoking plenty of weed first thing in the morning is it does tend to make one aim towards an early nap. Abraham takes a cat out on a leash? That's crazy. We don't need any more cats. We have plenty of cats. Trouble counts as like 5 cats by himself. He's trouble. That is the last thing we need is another animal. We've got all the animals we need or want, and that's fine. Both the animals seem very happy. Trouble is kind of neurotic by nature, but I think that comes from being astray for a while. He feels like he's got um, abandonment issues or something. He has difficulty trusting. He gets very disturbed when we're away for a day or two. It's like we never leave. We haven't left him for more than one night thus far, but we could leave him for two in theory. We just put out enough food they can get in and out of the house, etc. So cats famously need an observer to know whether they exist or not. Well, Trouble does, and I think it has to do with him being an ENFJ and having limited access to his subjective functions, but having them as absolute values. So it expresses as FE controlling. Anyhow, cat cognitive functions notwithstanding, the people down the road a bit far enough away from us that we don't really need to worry about hearing it or anything. They're building another little house next to an existing little house. Um, I think it's the property owners are just adding an additional home, probably families coming to live there. Um, but you know, it makes me think about possible ways to successfully invest in profit regarding land and land development. I'm not sure. It seems like an ambitious notion, but it's a notion. There's a lot of possible things one can do to maximize returns on existing capital. Translation in Russian. I don't provide any content in Russian except to say "Здравствуй, Vladim." I like to say that because I want to just say thank you to Vladim for Israel is planning on sending Palestinians to other countries to be their problem. Well, exiling the whole population is not a good solution. Hello. Здравствуй, Vadim. I've been to Russia. I've been to Moscow and I've been to St. Petersburg. So, good for me. I saw Red Square. I saw St. Basil's Cathedral. I've been up in that joint, you know. I've been all up in that joint. I saw the outside of the Kremlin. I was impressed by how big Red Square was. Do they still call it that? Anyway, I saw a lot of Soviet stuff in Moscow um, because it wasn't that long after Glasnost. The Hermitage was interesting. What a big place. what what a ridiculously big place. St. Petersburg was interesting. I didn't spend a night in a hotel there or anything. I just slept in the train station, waiting for the train to come in the morning. I slept on top of my luggage. Make sure nobody stole anything. Anyway, that was when I was in my 20s and doing things like people in their 20s doing. Trained back to Moscow from St. Petersburg. I mostly stayed in Moscow with my friend Will, but I took like a total of a 2 day long excursion or something to St. Petersburg, where, yeah, this was in the 90s, to St. Petersburg, where I went to see the Hermitage and did a couple other things in St. Petersburg by myself. And then, took some pictures and stuff on a camera. It was back in the day, right? On a camera. Did I like? Oh, did I watch the Friday Night at Freddy's movie? No, I haven't seen it. I kind of want to. I probably will once once it comes to a streaming service or YouTube or whatever. But we probably won't go see it in the theaters. The reason why I want to go see it is because I like the song It's Been So Long. It's been so long since the That's a good song. I like it a lot. Well, congratulations to Liz and Magnus and Talking with Famous People. I had heard about this already, actually, Susie, but thank you for informing me again. They are not, Susie and Abraham are not the only people who got married after meeting on Talking with Famous People. Also, Liz and Magnus got married after meeting on Talking with Famous People. And Eric and Rachel got married after meeting on Talking with Famous People. And it wouldn't surprise me if there's another one out there. Who knows? I know of many relationships that have happened here, including our most current big surprise. It surprises me every time. I never expect it. Like when Ruben and Acacia said, we want to talk with you guys about the Christmas party, I just assumed that it was for efficiency's sake. Like, well, they're both coming to the Christmas party, so it's only natural for them to save time and we all meet at one time. I just assumed that. Only to discover they're together in a motel room. Wow, wow. That's some saucy miasasa. Susie. That never got that close, actually. We may have gotten engaged, but it wasn't long after that I rescinded the engagement. Because she fucked up so bad. Who are you? I are me. Who are you? And what you see? Do you know who or ho? Where or whoa? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's my song for you. Congratulations, you got a song. I've got a stick. You may say to yourself, why, Eric? Why do you have a stick? Well, this stick is what I like to call a poker. It's for poking things. Specifically this. Namely, it's for poking fire crotch. That's this lady's name. I think it's an excellent name for her. It's appropriate because she does have a fire crotch. It's am untested. It is am untested. I don't know what to make of that sentence. The back-to-back B verbs befuddle me. Who's that socionics guy? Jack? Or are you talking about the Russian guy? Galenko, yeah. Okay. Well, he's certainly a guy, and he's certainly all about that socionics. So let's go outside and watch the squirrels frolic. They're not frolicking there. Well, what are they doing? They're eating their delicious cutlets. That's what they're doing. Go ahead, squirrel friend. Eat your cutlets. One thing that my morning streams typically can reliably be expected to provide is a little bit of hot squirrel action. You know, I could have titled this video Squirrels, Squirrels, Squirrels. And I could sing the Oingo Boingo song. I like little squirrels, they make me feel so good. I like little squirrels, they make me feel so, when they're around, I think you feel like I'm the only guy in town. I like little squirrels. So anyway, I do like little squirrels, but I like big squirrels too. This is a big squirrel here. This is not Narmi. Narmi is the little squirrel that I've been good friends with lately. Narmi and I have come to a lot of understandings together. We've reached epiphanies. We've grown as people. We've cared, we've loved, we've laughed, we've lost together, Narmi and I. But I don't see Narmi here today. I'm not sure where he's at. This might be one of Narmi's parents. That's certainly possible. So, hopefully I'll see Narmi later in the day. He's a little guy. He's brown. Browner than the adults, Although he's growing. He's a growing boy, so he may be graying over time. Normie! Normie! I want Normie to come when I call him. I want to be like a princess in a Disney movie where the squirrels climb on my shoulders and the birds land on my nose. That'd be pretty cool. Come on, Narmi. I want Narmi to come down now that I've called him. I'd make it seem like he came down because I called him. Norm, Norm. Well, I guess Narmi's busy doing something else today. Maybe he has an appointment at the hair salon. I asked the lady at the Bootjack Market, do you have any Halloween pumpkin candles? She said, I think we don't have it anymore. We used to have them. She walked me over to where they used to be, and she's like, no, we don't have them anymore. So, unfortunately, we still have another trip ahead of us today. We're going to have to go into town to get candles, or Or, here's another possible thing. We could just be lame and put little flashlights in the pumpkins. Yes, that's lame, I know. But I have one other possible thing we could do. We could put a little dish of um lamp oil, get a string to use as a wick, and make a candle like that. That might work. So I'm considering that possibility. We have lamp oil. I'm sure I could find some string around here somewhere. So that's a real possibility. You might even be able to use a stick. There's Dumpling, also known as Cumpling, the cat I don't like. Where is it? Let's see if I can get it in view. Where are you, Cumpling? You see it hiding behind the bushes there? It's hiding back there. Show your face, Cumpling. So he left. Okay, good. He left. That's good. I don't want that black and white cat around. I shoo it away with my shooing hand like this. Shoo, shoo. And usually it'll go away. I'm pretty sure it will. So, would you guys like to go look at the Christmas tree? Let's go look at it. For those who don't know, I have selected a tree from the hill here to cut down to be my Christmas tree this year. A lot of these little bugs around here. I need to empty that gross bucket. Anyway, right over there. Let me show it to you. I'm going to have to zoom in to show it to you. Okay. Let me do this. Put this down instead of being so dumb about it. Lift this up. Then point it as per meow. Go like that. And let's see. Can you see it? Well, it's kind of got those branches in the way. But we're going to make it so you can see it anyway. Okay, it's right in front of that thing. That tree right there. There it is. That's our Christmas tree. We're going to chop that tree down. There's a lot of those all around here, so I don't feel bad about chopping one of them down. And we're going to put it in our house, and we're going to decorate it with ornaments. What do you think about that? This is the thing that's not tight. There. I think something was off. Okay. What do you think about that tree? I think it's a good tree. We're all a gaggle of sentient meat bags, emotional poop factories. What place is this? This is Mariposa County, California. And we happen to have a lot of these small to medium-sized fir trees growing on our hill here, so I decided to chop one down for Christmas. I know it's a bold move, but I said, Eric, this is what you're going to do. You're going to have a tree you chop down on your own hill. And you're going to feel like a big champion. You know, I do think about the fact that, well, it's going to leave a little bit of a gap right there. But I know that there are a couple of oak trees growing in front of it that should fill in that gap in short order. Plus, there's a smaller, looks like a sequoia growing next to it that will be empowered by its absence. So there's a lot of these little trees growing around here. They can't all grow into big trees, really. So just calling the tree space a little bit. Obviously, I'm very fond of all the trees. You know, that's why we moved here, is because it's full of trees. You know, I wanted to live in the mountains. And it's very therapeutic just being outside, smelling the nice air, hearing the squirrels chirping at each other, just walking around the house. Like here. Here's a piece of string from the blinds, the mini blinds we threw away. I had to cut them apart, and obviously this piece of string fell. This mini blind string would be perfect for a wick for a dish full of lamp oil. There's probably enough here for 2 wicks even. So we may not have to go get candles. I bet this will work fine as a wick for lamp oil. There goes a blue jay flying across into the tree. That's nice. This is a scenic spot. This is also a spot where I frequently go pee. Because if I stand right here, more like here, you can't see me from the road. And the neighbors can't see me either. I wonder what these holes are. Look at these holes right here. Let me show them to you. Okay, I'm going to zoom in now. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what you're seeing. There. Do you see the hole? Okay, it's kind of at the top of the screen. What is this hole? Like, it goes fairly deep in there. I could like stick a stick in there. But there are other such holes. I wonder what's made those holes. Don't you wonder what's made those holes? I do. So anyway, sometimes I want to go down this hill, but then when I do, I get a bunch of little stickers in my clothes. And that's not fun. There's a road over there that I can walk down to get to the shed. but I dislike the inaccessibility of the hillside to me. I want to cut some steps into it so I can walk down it more. Just some very natural blend into the hillside kind of steps. I'm not talking about pouring no concrete or nothing. If you'll excuse the bad grammar. It's nice to be outside. It's kind of like reassuring or something. Weird to hear crickets in the daytime. Rachel, I need to get some of those little bug hats. I mean, they're hats for little bugs. They're not little hats. They're regular sized hats. They're like mosquito hats, they keep little bugs away from your face. Kind of like beekeeper hats in a way, but not as professional grade bug keep away-ish. All right, now we're going back inside the house. I decided today to leave a potted plant on top of the car. Get a little sunshine, hopefully. Apparently, plants like sunshine. Where did I leave my coffee? Hello, bro. I hope you're doing well. I am looking for my coffee currently, so I'm going to do a quick check of out front, which is one place where I'm likely to have left it. Yes, there it is. As expected. Left right here, next to the garage door twanger. So, I have found my coffee. And that's one triumph that nobody can take away from me. No matter how long I live, nobody can take this away from me. Today was a Tuesday even, when I found my coffee. So my message is, we never get anywhere when we blame groups. We should blame individuals and solve for groups. You got to be practical, pragmatic, or whatever when dealing with groups in a way that you should never be when dealing with individuals. Liam, aka Liam, says, "Hi, Santa." Well, hello, Liam. Are you on the nice or naughty list this year? Because I'm bringing you coal. You get a stocking full of coal. My cup is full once I find it. Yeah, well, my cup is full. My being has yet to catch up with my cup. You're home on Halloween because no one will go with you. I'm sorry to hear that. Sad, sad, sad. Well, I don't know what to do about that, Liam. I'm sorry to hear your sad story of woe. My wife and I, are preparing for Halloween. where we don't really know if we're going to get any trick-or-treaters, some trick-or-treaters. It seems unlikely we'll get many trick-or-treaters. But we're prepared for whatever eventuality. We've got 2 pumpkins that we're going to make into jack-o'-lanterns, put on either end of the wall so that passers-by can see that indeed we are open for Halloween business. We're going to turn on the porch light so that anybody who wants to come around can see that, again, we're open for Halloween business. And we'll be dressed up as cats so that if any children come around, we will be ready. You know, we've got a perfect place to put a bowl of candy near the door. We can just grab each time we go to the door. And, you know, that's our plans for Halloween. We'll probably live stream as well. If we're going to dress up as a cat, I might as well live stream, you know. And seems pretty early to be going trick-or-treating, Liam. But maybe you're saying you already know for later. Well, we'll be back on later, so you know you can always hang out here with us. It may or may not be of interest to you and or fun. We may or may not be bringing sufficient amount of Halloween extravaganza to your heart, but we will do our best. Okay. So, I've been streaming now for about a little over an hour. I don't really know what else exactly I want to say. I could try to make some sort of plan or goal for the day. That would be unlike me, but it's not inconceivable. I could play a song. Oh, you're not from the USA? Well, I don't think that they celebrate Halloween other places very much, do they? I didn't know that you could go trick-or-treating in other countries. I didn't say I was going to stop streaming necessarily right this second. I might play a song. You know, maybe I will play a song. Maybe I'll play a song that's so wonderful that your minds will be blown forever. I don't know. I'll leave you all scarred with a serious abandonment trauma. I don't want to do that. Out of tune. Bye. Nobody needs announce their presence, and nobody needs say goodbye. These are the social economics of early life stream. My, oh, you needn't announce either your presence nor your departure. No, you can come and go as you please. It's the wonderful reality of a live stream. That's my song called Live Stream Social Dynamics, or Etiquette, or whatever. This is my song about my life. I've got a wonderful wife and a wonderful life, and I live in the forest anytime, and yet sometimes I still wake up feeling mad. Sasquatch comes and knocks over my trash can, and I say, and I watch as she destroys everything. And that's the song about my life. Why do I feel meh when I should feel yeah? Could it be because sometimes I do drugs and then I experience the aftermath of doing those drugs as emotional deficits? Like sadness and sorrow, misery and pain, feelings of terror and feelings of disdain, feelings of anguish, and feelings of shame. Why do I have such feelings? Let's explore my tender moisture some more. I've got a song for you like an INFP would have in store. When I wake up, why do I wake up feeling sad and mad, anguish and gratitude free, even though you and me are wonderful? I feel shame and anxiety, anguish and pain, darkness inside of me. Oh, the moisture is like toxic waste. That sounds like an INFP song. Should I play a real song? Oh, okay. I'll play a real song. I'll play a cover. You might call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of thumbing and a kicking cans. What it won't do, then it's good to call me then. My daddy was a winner, wood, oh, I wasn't born and raised in no ghetto, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I'm gonna find me a wealthy woman in a line of work that don't take no diploma, 'cause I ain't got much to live but lost the game. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout, really don't want any credit, anything they give it. I'm proud of mine and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Small town boy been around there a little, and I like guitar and I like the fiddle, cause that's the kind of soul that can fan my flame. Bird and ready, I gotta work just to be somebody, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and right and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Guess I'll play this song too. Oops, what happened? Did the power go out? No. Oh, I know what happened. It's okay, it's safe, everybody. You can stop panicking. El Nino, my ass. You call those storms? Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count, I drizzle more. When I pee in the sink, which is just the right height to catch all of the undesired splatters. And when I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder. I will go up there and take me a bucket and pour water inside. And I'll say, hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, won't you drop it from the bottom? Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. There's that song. I hope you liked it. It was by Eric. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Will someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I've got something to say. Life can strangely be forgiving to those who stay awake all night, and mostly voices say to get in. They'll try to sap your will to fight. But whether I'm supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten, noise is sort of based on what I see here, and also on what I avoid. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, trouble still to come. The day is nearly done. Will someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Something to say. Well, that came out pretty good. For just me, you know. Better than Rachel's singing with me, but still a good song regardless. I'm gonna go outside, smoke a cigarette with you guys. I'll probably wrap this one up. And do what? I don't know. It's not like there are any good cartoons on today. I do have a couple of leftover meows that I could get around to, like Shy. I don't really love Shy, but it's okay. I could watch it. There's another one that I haven't gotten around to yet. Well, there's also Stardust Telepath. Stardust Telepath, I got a couple of episodes if I want to catch up still, you know. It's not like it's not good. It's just highly sparkle core. So maybe a little too girly for me, you know. I enjoy some pretty girly stuff, but if it gets too girly, it's just like, okay, I can't watch this. I love anime, but if it's about the beautiful friendship between two girls, one of them's an alien, the other one's super socially awkward. It's like, okay, more alien, less beautiful friendship, please. You know, it's just not really my bag. My bag is more like Michael Kors bag. I prefer my bags to be Michael Kors and my shoes to be that somebody Cho. What's that guy's name? Jimmy Cho. Are his shoes still in? Are they still hot? Are Jimmy Cho's shoes still in? Can anybody tell me that? Can anybody answer that question for me? What's the new hot kind of shoe? Happy Halloween to everybody. For the longest time is a cover, yes. It's a Billy Joel song. You know, as in, if you said goodbye to me tonight. Jimmy Choo, okay. There would still be music left to write. What else could I do? I'm so inspired by you. This hasn't happened for the longest time. Once I thought that meow 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 was gone. Meow 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 meow. Now I know the woman that you are. You're wonderful so far, and you're more than I've hoped for. That's a good song. It's a really well written song. The hot shoe are those red cartoon shoes. I think the hot shoe should be tatami slippers because they're so great. They deserve to be the hot shoe. These are the best flip-flops ever. They don't even count as flip-flops. They're tatami slippers because they're so much better than regular flip-flops. You gotta have them made out of this straw stuff. This is the perfect stuff to make flip-flops out of, whatever this is. These little straws. I highly recommend that whatever shoes you buy, they have this as the part that your foot sits on, because this is the perfect stuff. Ever since I've gone to Tommy, I will never go back. I will never go back to regular flip-flops. Old Navy flip-flops? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm wearing these motherfuckers for life. Okay? You're talking about the Tommy slippers? You have to get the right ones. I also had one pair that was not good. Rachel got a couple different pairs. One of them was, we just threw them away. They were terrible. You got to get them ones that have this thinly woven straw like this. Okay? This is critically important. Don't get it thicker straws than this, or hay, or whatever it is. But yeah, they don't last forever. You can see here in the back, my hay has gone away. Mm-hmm. Good point. Wolfhead, it's all in the weave. It's all in the weave. If you get a thick weave, you're just saying, ow, to my feet, you know? But yeah, so maybe the Tommy slippers don't last forever. Well, what shoes do last forever? I'd rather go through a couple pairs of these a year than have to wear something else. I like my boots for when it's cold outside and I'm going hiking or whatever. And going out in the LWC. Are you talking about? I gotta go inside and click this link to see what you're talking about. You're talking about those ridiculous shoes that you pointed out one time, like the clown shoes or whatever. Well, I don't know if you were awake, Rachel, for the part where I was saying I have a potential solution other than getting candles for the pumpkins. I do. It involves small dishes with lamp oil in them and making a little wick of our own. I wonder if it's just the beginning of a whole clown aesthetic, and pretty soon women are going to have like a big clown frown on their face as makeup. The doctor said I needed to get more tar in my lungs. Why do you ask questions like that? All right, let me click this link so I can see these shoes. We could try it out anyway. I think it would work. Those ridiculous boots are ridiculous. Astro Boy boots, huh? It does kind of make me want to get them. I'm not going to deny that. Those boots. I mean, this girl they have pictured here is dressed well for the boots. You know, like The holes in her shirt are an interesting touch. The red skirt and white stockings, I think, are a good match for the boots. If she went green on top, she'd look like an elf, maybe. But like the hand things, like whose shirt goes over your hands like that, and why? Is it because just the bottom part of your hands is cold? And if your bottom part of your hands are cold, then why aren't those spots where you have holes cold? I can't tell if it's cold or warm outside based on this picture. Can you? She's got stockings to make it suggest it's too cold for just a short skirt, but then she has holes in her shirt, but then she has partial gloves. It's really sending mixed messages about the weather. Especially when you mix in boots fit for, I mean, really, they look like what they used to call moon boots, which were the boots you walk in snow in when you're not wearing like ski boots, you know? That's what they look like, kind of. But of course, they're exaggerated and all red. Well, I wonder if they're difficult to walk in. Seems like you bump your feet together a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, is that it might not be a great way to facilitate walking. They come in yellow too. Oh, cool. So those are the hip shoes. I wonder how much they cost. They probably cost hundreds of dollars for those ridiculous shoes. Well, I recommend these instead. These are great. When you need to wear something other than flip flops, these kind of boots are great too. What are they called? Columbia. Columbia boots. These are good boots. So I recommend either of those kind of boots, you know. My other boots that I have, which are actually nicer, more expensive boots, um, I guess they're a little bit too big for me, just a smidge. But if I wear very heavy socks, then they probably fit okay. They're not as comfortable walking around in as my Columbias. Hello, Peter Silney. Happy Halloween to you as well. Or, as they say in certain cultures, All Hallows Eve. Today is All Hallows Eve because tomorrow apparently is when all the hallows are. What are hallows? I don't know. What is a hallow? Let me Google it. What is a hallow? Hallow can mean blessed, saint, holy person, to make holy or sacred, to regard as holy, to honor as sacred, to venerate. All Hallows Eve also means All Saints Eve. Well, if it's all, so tomorrow is the day of All Saints. So today's the day of all witches and ghouls and goblins and stuff. Is that how it works? Before the saints come, the uh, the witches and the ghosts and such, they have their party while they can before the saints drive them away. Is that the logic of this? I want to know. Is Halloween for witches because tomorrow The saints come. What does Halloween have to do with saints? The English word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, being the evening before the Christian holy days of All Hallows Day, All Saints Day on November 1st, and All Souls Day on November 2nd. Halloween's origins can be traced back to the ancient Celtic festival known as Samhain, which used to be held on November 1st in contemporary calendars. Halloween is a festival of joy and fun when people across the world trick or prefer to chill out with friends, drinking pumpkin spiced drinks. Well, when did Halloween become all about witches and stuff? This is a Christian thing about it. Let's see what it says.
The next says, I think it comes from the merging of pagan and Christian beliefs.
Mm. No, I don't want to join your mailing list. Now, you might be wondering how witches and goblins came to be associated with these holy days on the church's calendar. Likely because October 31st through November 1st was the date of a Celtic festival, which marked the end of the harvest season. They believed that the beginning at sundown of October 31st, the boundary between the dead and living thinned, and the dead would return home seeking hospitality among the living. As the dead were not appeased, they would wreak havoc on livestock and crops, causing sickness and famine. So, on October 31st, the Gaels would don costumes, light bonfires, and imitate sorcery practices in order to ward off evil spirits and appease the dead. All hell would break loose, and these festivals would often devolve into rites of havoc and terror. Nights of havoc and terror. Well, so accepting that last sentence, it sounds like it was like, hey, dead people, you're extra close to the living now, so let's go trick or treating. Makes sense. How do you appease the dead? By giving children candy. It makes perfectly good sense. Something going on, Rachel?
Oh, my aunt just gave me a really sweet text.
Are you making tears?
No, I'm just
yawning?
Yeah.
Okay.
My eyes are like still waking up.
So, the veil is thin. It's a time to honor loved ones and our ancestors. And when you make a jack-o'-lantern and put some fire inside of it, that's a good way to appease the spirits. Also, the spirits like it when children get cavities. So, ergo, mugity. Yeah. Many people leave apples, nuts, or seeds to appease the fae or the woodland friends. Well, I leave those out every day. So.
You think that the fae are enjoying the seeds too?
Hopefully.
I hope so too.
Hopefully they do.
I think our backyard is a nice area for the fae.
Yeah. So, you know, I think the Fae know that they're welcomed here. I don't oppose them at all. I'm in favor of paranormality. I just have yet to really experience good, solid paranormality that I can really sink my teeth into, you know. We don't have any apples. Well, we do have some apples. We could leave some apples out back on the hill to appease the magical folks. I think they'd probably prefer if we left them a couple of bong rips, put a couple of nugs outside so the fairies could smoke some weed.
Want to see a picture of me in college?
Sure. Let's put my glasses on. I'll show the people too. Is that your brother?
Yeah.
Ha-cha-cha.
I don't look that different, do I?
No, you don't. You don't. Some will have a dinner with an empty spot or the setting, etc., but no one sitting there for loved ones who passed before. Well, we could potentially do that. Rachel's had a death recently, and my parents both died recently, not that long ago, and
no, it's not even a year yet for your mom.
And Delilah's grandfather passed within this past year as well.
Yeah.
Been multiple deaths within the last year and a few months, if you include my dad, but if you exclude him, still been multiple deaths within the last year. There, I've retied my glasses fob. So, darling, do you have any thoughts for the day?
Well, I was wondering things that need to be done. So, we're going to put the oil in the pumpkins?
I think we should try it before we assume it's going to work.
Okay.
To make sure that we can in fact, successfully put some oil, a wick, and have it work,
Yeah.
And once we have proof of concept, then we don't have to go get candles. And then we can just carve the pumpkins. I was thinking we could use a jigsaw to carve the pumpkins if we wanted to make things a little easier on ourselves. We have a jigsaw.
What is that?
It's a saw that goes like this.
Oh.
And you can saw around things.
So we'd be able to go like...
It basically does that sawing for you.
Okay.
So it makes it a little bit easier. But I thought of some other possible ways. Like, we could use the drill and a spade bit to poke out perfectly circular eyes if we wanted to. Depends, we got various tools we can use.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think this fire experiment will not be an issue. What we need to do is just find little jars, which we have a couple of I can easily acquire, and put a little bit of oil in them, and then find a way to take like a bobby pin so that it pinches the wick at a certain spot and holds the bottom of the wick in the oil. And then when it burns through that top bit of wick, then you have to simply move the wick up further. Yeah, I've got a good plan for this. Don't worry, I'm not going to burn anything down. First of all, the fire is going to be contained within a pumpkin, so it's going to be hard for it to burn anything down. I think I might just use a spade bit to carve the main part of my pumpkin, the face part of it. Just have 2 big circles for eyes. You know, maybe an even bigger circle for a nose, and then the mouth be made of a succession of small circles. Just do that to go easy squeezy on my labor.
I was gonna draw like eyes that like go in like that, so it looks like it has a pupil.
Well, you could probably do that with the jigsaw. You know, it'll make it a little easier on you. But at the moment, I'm feeling kind of tired again. I smoked a bunch of weed this morning.
Oh, you got your cigarettes.
I did go get cigarettes. They didn't have any Halloween candles at the Jack Market.
Damn, I was really hoping that they would.
I was too. I considered going to town, but I wasn't feeling it, so I just came back here.
Well, if you like, I'm not against going to town too, if you feel like it.
We could. Okay. I got this weird thing in PayPal. It's like somebody's sending me money, but it's on hold.
No, I think that's a scam.
Okay.
You got an email?
No, I looked at PayPal.
Oh.
It said I've got like $100 that somebody sent me, but it won't go through until this date or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Which I don't know what to make of that. You know.
I don't either. That's the first I've ever heard of that.
It's the first it's ever happened. Yeah. So. And.
Did you have an email with someone?
I didn't check my email. I just looked at my PayPal this morning just out of curiosity. So, okay, I think it's about time to wrap this up. And Rachel and I will be back streaming later come Halloween evening time.
Yeah, we'll be cats, probably.
Yeah, cats. Felicitates here and says that person has a new PayPal account.
Oh.
Okay.
That's an answer.
That seems possible. So I just wait till that clears and deal with it then. So goodbye, everybody. We love you. We'll see you later on this evening for Halloween proper. And in the interim, we've got some pumpkins to carve. Maybe we'll even come back for that activity.
Yeah, I was thinking, why not live stream it?
Yeah, but I'm not quite ready to do that right now. So we'll see you a little bit later.